Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Weeknights on CBS.
The new season's in full swing.
Everyone's forgotten who runs this rally.
Big Brother will shock the house guests.
World's on fire again.
We're so back. SEAL Team, starting Thursday on CBS.
The very latest on the Israel-Hamas war. Plus, can the new House Speaker unite congressional Republicans? I'm Margaret Brennan. Join me for Face the Nation.
Good Friday evening. Chris Allen here as we bring you News 40 at 10. We've picked up some rain today, but right now things are looking pretty quiet across the area. A little bit of ground clutter down to the south, and there may be a sprinkle or two or some drizzle out there overnight tonight. We picked up 3/10 of an inch of rain here in Bowling Green unofficially. Over a half inch in Elkton, 4/10 of an inch in Russellville, according to the Mesonet sites. Overnight tonight, still cloudy with some light rain and drizzle still around at a low of 64. But there's more rain to come. I've got your 7-day forecast coming up.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. I'm Morgan Hoover. Our top story tonight, local law enforcement agencies across the area are holding a prescription drug take-back event tomorrow. The goal is to get old prescription drugs out of the house and keep them off the streets. Much of the focus is to keep drugs containing opiates off the streets and out of the hands of children. People are encouraged to bring in a variety of medications that are no longer needed so they can be disposed of in a safe way.
We usually take in several pounds of prescription drugs between the 4 sites, but also in Bowling Green we have a 24/7 drop box available in front of Bowling Green PD, another one in front of the Kentucky State Police Post on Nashville Road, and one here at the Sheriff's Office.
If you have questions about what kinds of drugs can be disposed at any of the sites, you can contact the Bowling Green Warren County Drug Task Force. That number is on your screen. It is 270-843-5343. Well, the largest fundraising campaign in the history of the Commonwealth reached their $2 billion goal today. The University of Kentucky launched the Kentucky Can campaign. It creates thousands of scholarships to make further education more accessible to students across the Commonwealth. Supporters from all Kentucky counties contributed to this campaign.
We recognize that we have to have more Kentuckians, well-skilled, ready to lead lives of meaning and purpose to advance Kentucky, that are not just here in Lexington, but you can find across the state.
The campaign was launched back in 2018. A portion of the funding will also go towards developing new programs at the University of Kentucky. A way for the community to get some Halloween candy while also meeting first responders is set to return this weekend. The second annual Med Center Health Heroes Fest is happening Sunday, that's October 29th, in the High Street parking lot on Med Center's campus. Ambulances, fire trucks, and police cars will be on display. Officers, firefighters, and EMS staff will be there to hand out candy and take pictures with the kids. One EMS staff member tells us the reason he believes it's important to have events like this in the community.
Number one, it means you know where your candy's coming from. You don't have to worry about kids getting something bad. It's all good candy. So it also means the community gets to come together. So they get to just relax and get some candy with your kids.
The event runs from 2 to 4 on Sunday in the parking lot between 4th and 5th Avenue. Well, let's get a full look at our forecast now with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Nice night out there, Chris.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a pretty good night for football, but I've got to tell you, those trick-or-treaters that you saw, they're going to have to really bundle up in those costumes if they're going out Tuesday night Halloween because it is going to be bone-chilling cold. Stand by for that. In the meantime, 4-hour clouds and radar showing the leftover light rain showers that we had come through Bowling Green and much of the area this afternoon and this evening. But now we're seeing a clearing line back to the west. But that's not going to last long because here comes more rain. You can see the beginning of the cloud line. That's the next wave of moisture that is going to approach as we get into the day tomorrow. Potential rainfall between now and Monday, right about an inch, but higher amounts just west of Bowling Green could total up 2 to 3 inches. Now, that is something that we really could use. An inch would be good, but 2 to 3 inches would be much better if we could get that. And the potential is certainly there for that to happen. So we'll just have to see how this all measures up over the next few days until we get into the weekend. 72 was our high today, 68 where we normally should be, 67 was our low temperature. So our low today was 1 degree shy of the normal high temperature for this day. At the airport, 0.18 of an inch of rain, but as you saw, some of you did pick up about 3, 4, even 5/10 of an inch of rain today. 67 right now, southeast wind coming in at 5, 87% humidity. The dew points are up there in the 60s, and for this time of the year, that's pretty high, indicating the amount of moisture that's in the air. 67 right now, lots of 60s all across southern Kentucky, according to the Kentucky Mesonet sites. I don't think we'll get much cooler than that this evening. Temperatures are going to hold kind of steady. There's our cold front back to the west, and here's the break that we're getting right now across southern Kentucky. Back behind the frontal boundary is where we're getting the most rain right now. Now, the issue with this front, it's going to get hung up for just a little bit here as high pressure settles in over Atlanta, Georgia. So it's going to make this front wobble back to the north as a warm front, and along that boundary, here comes a big area of low pressure during the day tomorrow and into Sunday. That's going to enhance the rainfall over the area, and some of the rainfall could be heavy at times, but no severe weather expected out of this system once we get on into the weekend. Just some much needed rainfall. 64 tonight, cloudy with some light rain and drizzle redeveloping toward morning. And here's your 7-day forecast. On and off showers throughout the weekend, then turning much colder by Monday. Halloween is going to be really cold at highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s and 30s, and that's it. Stay tuned. Football Frenzy is on the way next.
Daniel Cameron, endorsed by President Trump. Trump trusts Cameron to stop Biden and Bashir's radical agenda, stand with police to stop violent crime, and get Kentucky's economy back into gear. Daniel Cameron, endorsed by Trump, strong for Kentucky.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 4:30 on CBS 40.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas, my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
I'm a nurse and a single mom of 5 kids. Budgets get tight, especially with costs right now. But Andy Bashir crossed party lines to cut the income tax, putting more money in the pockets of families like mine. It'll make life easier for me and for so many other Kentuckians. Governor Bashir really cares about people, and it shows. He puts the needs of working families first, and it's making a real difference in people's lives.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky, but don't just take it from me. If you've suffered a personal injury, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
Biden threw open the borders. Daniel Cameron sued him. Biden declared war on American energy. Cameron sued again. 23 times Cameron fought in court against Biden's radical agenda. Daniel Cameron, strong against Biden, strong for Kentucky.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Well, welcome back into Football Frenzy, our final regular season week of the 2023 season. It's hard to believe. I'm Patrick Harrison alongside Maxwell Trink. We're almost at the finish line. It's almost playoff time.
It's almost playoff time, so we can actually talk about it. But, of course, one last week before we can get into the chaos that is playoffs.
Let's kick right into those highlights.
All right, kicking things off, the Franklin Simpson Wildcats hosted Warren East, seeking a bounce back from losing 2 straight. Wildcat quarterback Matthias Dickerson dumps it out to Hayden Satterley. He breaks out. No tackles there, goes into the end zone. Flex on him, young man. Then the Raiders on offense. The handoff comes loose, and Gavin Dickerson pounces on the ball. The Wildcats recover the fumble. Franklin Simpson kicker Cody Alexander puts it between the uprights for the field goal. Warren East does get in on the next drive. Jackson McCool forces his way into the end zone, but the Wildcats win this one. Final score, 24-14.
Well, it's a Bowling Green High School now as the Purples hosted Louisville powerhouse St. X. The moon was out and bright tonight in BG. Tigers driving early. Emmanuel Gray with the carry. It's a big game, but then the ball pops out. It's absolute hot potato. It's mayhem tonight in Bowling Green High School. An absolute dog pile as the Purples recover in the end zone for the touchback. BG cannot capitalize on the turnover. Tigers on the goal line. Trevor Havel on the QB keeper puts St. X on the board. Purples in need of something. Havel drops back and is picked off here by Andrew Jones. He takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An absolute momentum shift here for Bowling Green, and that sets up some razzle-dazzle from the Purples. Hudson Notmeyer hauls it in for Bowling Green's touchdown, but St. X gets the win. Final score 27-12.
To the Swamp for senior night as the Greenwood Gators hosted the undefeated Union County Braves. We usually see a lot of offensive work from Telltale Long, but how about a sack on the quarterback keeper? Union County leading 6-0 in this one, but that gives the Gators momentum. Cam Smith hits Elmo Stewart right outside of the end zone. He pushes in for the score. It's 7-6 Gators. That's where it stood at half. But one quick amazing grab happened before the half. A tip drill reception by Caden Jaggers. It's a must-see. He's got the moves like Jaggers. Greenwood dominates in the second half, handing the Braves their first loss. Final score of this one, 27-12.
And the Barron County Trojans traveled to Allen County, Scottsville to take on the Patriots, who look to move to 500 regular season play. Midway through the first quarter, Barron County moves the ball down the field, and after being forced to punt, check this out, Jaleek Mitchell turns and burns down the sideline, putting the Patriots ahead with the score. Then next drive, ball comes loose. ACS recovers. Defensive game tonight as the Patriots tough it out. They win 28-14.
I will say, a big game for Greenwood in that one. A huge win over an undefeated team. Another thing when it comes down to high school sports, there's a lot of strength of schedule. Union County not really having necessarily the best strength of schedule, but still a big win heading to the playoffs. Maybe some momentum for those Gators.
Yeah, slow start for Greenwood tonight. It's going to be curious to see how this offense could respond with a slow start. They come out in the second half and they put up big points to get the win. Huge win for Greenwood.
And Patrick, you were at that Bowling Green St. X game. Not really a lot going on in that one. Can you tell us a little bit about what you saw on the field?
Yeah, tonight the Purples were without C.J. Sweeney, a huge offensive weapon for Deuce Bailey. St. X comes out, and their defense pretty much pins their ear back. They know Deuce is without some weapons. The offensive line struggled a little bit. It was a wet football game, so receivers having trouble catching the football. It was just an ugly football game all around for both teams, but St. X's defense was dominant tonight, and they shut down Bowling Green.
And, of course, Barron County ACS, another big game, a big win for the Patriots as they beat Barron County, who has steadily seemed to have fallen off this season.
Yeah, I would agree with you 100% on that one, but ACS has turned into one of those football teams where defense wins football games. And they've embraced that this season, and they did the exact same thing tonight. So a huge win for ACS. And, yeah, like you said, Barron County has really almost fallen apart so far this season.
Well, there's still plenty of action when it comes down to the season, but so far some big impressive seasons so far. Franklin Simpson, one of those teams, they've lost 2 straight. Hart County game was a little shaky with that touchdown call in that one, but a big bounce back win for them.
Yeah, Warren East without Dane Parsley again tonight, and it's no secret without him the offense struggles, and that's what happened tonight. Franklin Simpson, though, controls the clock like no other team in high school football from what I've seen so far. Their offense is just so steady and dynamic at the same time. It's so fun to watch. But yeah, Franklin Simpson is a really good football team. They get a big win tonight over Warren East.
Well, you know, that action that we had in the first half, very exciting. But we're going to have plenty more action in this one. You won't want to miss it. Our second half highlights coming up after this break.
Bowling Green Fireplace and Grill.
As Kentucky families struggled, Joe Biden brags. Bidenomics is working. Andy Beshear agrees. Beshear backed Biden's disastrous economic policies. Now he's endorsing Biden for re-election.
This president delivered.
For Andy Beshear, he did, giving $250,000 to fund his agenda.
I want to thank the president.
Beshear's with Biden. Trump backs Daniel Cameron. If you stand with Trump, vote Cameron for governor. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Dog Stay Out is South Central Kentucky's 5-paw rated dog resort. Whether for the day or a whole vacation, Dog Stay Out will keep your pets safe and loved. Dog Stay Out offers boarding, daycare, agility courses, positive reinforcement training, grooming, and more. With multiple packages to choose from, pamper your pup any way you see fit. Find out more at dgokY.com. Your dog's home away from home. Dog Stay Out.
I'm a nurse and a single mom of 5 kids. Budgets get tight, especially with costs right now. But Andy Beshear crossed party lines to cut the income tax, putting more money in the pockets of families like mine. It'll make life easier for me and for so many other Kentuckians. Governor Beshear really cares about people, and it shows. He puts the needs of working families first, and it's making a real difference in people's lives.
Hi, I'm Alex with the band Whitmore for some futuristic karma.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
Football frenzy. We had some Thursday night football action last night between South Warren and Logan County. Let's take a look at those highlights. The Spartans hosted Logan County in a battle of 7-2 teams. Fireworks early setting the tone for South Warren. Logan County moving down the field, but the snap is wild, and this one is recovered by the Spartans. Then for the Spartan offense, Bryce Button finds Isaiah Rigsby in the end zone for the physical catch and the touchdown. The Cougars looking to get on the board now at the goal line. Ridge Holman finds Davin Yates for the score, but the South Warren offense was too much for the Cougars as Jimmy Sales runs it up the middle and dives for the touchdown. Spartans dominate this one, winning 42-6. Maxwell, Patrick, back to you guys at the desk. Or not at the desk, at the screen.
There we go.
Great
job there, Cole. You know, getting used to it. Glad to see you recapping some Thursday night highlights. But we have plenty more highlights we got to get to. Some games from tonight. And let's start that off, Patrick.
To Butler County High School as the Bears welcomed Ohio County tonight. The Eagles looking to punt, but the snap goes high over his head. It's an absolute foot race to the ball. The Bears get the safety. Butler County now fast forward driving. Garrett Phelps drops back to pass, connects with Jay Peralta for a huge gain, and that sets up another play here. Moments later, Phelps again. This time he escapes the pocket, buying time, and hits Gage Beasley for the touchdown pass. The Bears get the much needed win. Final score 24-16.
In our final game, after winning a couple of games this season, the Russell Panthers had to visit one of the top teams in the state, the Paducah-Tillman Blue Tornado. Not really much to talk about here. Panthers put up 0 points, but they are playoff bound with their 2 victories on the season. Final score of this one was 56-0. They will play Holy Cross of Louisville next week. Some good games there. Let's talk a little bit about South Warren. Bowling Green has a couple of injuries when it comes down to this season.
Right.
South Warren might be in prime position to take Class 5A, and they proved it against Logan County.
Well, Logan County is a really good football team, and we can't discredit that in any way.
100%.
But that also credits South Warren with how big of a win this was for the Spartans. They only have one loss on the year, like you said, Bowling Green High School, who struggled tonight against St. X. Now, that loss doesn't really have much to do in the RPI rankings for them in this class, but still a huge win for South Warren. It's going to be interesting to see. Eventually, these guys are going to cross paths again. We had the last hook and ladder game at South Warren. That was an absolute thriller. But like you said, it's going to be interesting to see South Warren and Bowling Green meet up again in the playoffs.
Playoffs change
shot
everything.
For the state.
Exactly. A shot for the state title. What I will say about South Warren and Bowling Green, it's going to really depend on who gets the ball last. That's what happened in this past game. It was score for score, offensive showcase.
Well, you were there last night.
Yes, I was.
What'd you see from Bryce Button in the offense?
Bryce Button really just showed out. He's usually analyzing. I'm usually
gotta
the
throw
one
you on a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I was at the game. Logan County's snapper, the main center, was not active in the last couple of games. They have somebody new that they're trying out. Ball kept on going a little bit high, wasn't directly snapped to the chest. So it was great for opportunities for South Warren to pounce on the ball. Offense really couldn't get clicking because it was a little bit extra time.
Right.
But Bryce Button just really steady in the pocket, and it's really that offensive line that sets him up.
He's coming into his own for sure, and at the perfect time into the season. But when we come back, we have our player of the week and our play of the week.
Hardee's Double Deals pack double the charbroiled beef and melty cheese. Choose a double cheeseburger or bacon double cheeseburger starting at $2.99. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Do you want to learn financial literacy? It's so boring. What if Service One Credit Union pays you to learn? Introducing Zogo. Download the app and get paid to learn. Answer questions and earn points. Redeem points for gift cards. Play more, earn more. It's just one more way Service One Credit Union is with you on your journey to financial fitness.
During the COVID pandemic, I fought against Washington's unconstitutional assault on our rights. In Kentucky, Daniel Cameron did the same. When Andy Beshear shut down our places of worship, Cameron led the fight to reopen churches, taking Governor Beshear to court, and Cameron won and ensured that you had the right to worship freely. That's why I'm voting for Daniel Cameron, because no matter the fight, Cameron will safeguard your rights.
Protect Freedom PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games all day on WNKY CBS 40 and NBC 40. WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather. You're watching WNKY CBS 40, home of Super Bowl 58.
There's a new flavor in Hardee's Craft Kitchen. Nashville Hot Chicken. Juicy, 100% white meat dipped in buttermilk, hand-breaded and seasoned to bring the heat. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? New Nashville Hot is goodness in the making.
Time now for some out-of-town scores. The biggest game from out-of-town, Glasgow taking on Somerset, a tight one, a nail-biter, 22-21. Let's check out those other games as well. Here we go. Warren Central losing to Todd County Central, 29-26. Hart County with a big victory over Campbellsville, 21-14. They stay undefeated on the year. Emmons County, huge win, shutout victory over Breckenridge County. And final score for the Adair County Metcalf game, 30-18. The Braves win it.
Well, it's time now for our play of the week, and we go to the Swamp here. Backed up on their own goal line, Cam Smith rolls out here, throws it down the field. Should have been intercepted, but Cannon Jaggers had something else to say about it. Click, Cannon, camera, no? Okay, I thought that was funny. Let's watch it one more time here. Again, Cam Smith rolls out, evades the tackle, throws it over across his body. Should have been picked right about click, but Cannon said, I think not. That's our play of the week. Cole, who's our player of the week?
Thanks, Patrick. It's now time for our player of the week, and to round out the regular season, it's none other than Telltale Long from Greenwood High School. Tonight, the senior had 3 touchdowns and a sack, helping the Gators move past Union County. Long continues to dominate and play. He helps Greenwood keep momentum going as the playoffs near and wins our player of the week in the process. Guys?
Well, Guy, what do you think of Telltale Long?
Telltale Long, man, he's been dominant this whole season. He's been leading the offense, of course, catching the ball, running the ball, and tonight you see it on defense. He gets the big sack. As Greenwood goes into the playoffs, I think he's going to be a key player for that team.
100%. I couldn't agree more, Cole.
Cole, yeah, no, 100%.
It's so great having Cole here. Good job.
No, I know, man. No, great stuff with the player of the week. It's Greenwood's week. That much we can say with both player of the week and player of the week, but we got some professional, and we have some big hilltopper conversation that we need to have. That's coming up after this break.
Kentucky's Attorney General should protect our kids. But as a prosecutor, Russell Coleman gave sweetheart plea deals to dangerous sex offenders. One criminal Coleman faced sexually abused an unconscious child, created child pornography, and got a plea deal for less than the minimum sentence. In case after case, judges overruled Coleman's deals as too soft on predators. Stop Coleman. Protect Kentucky's kids.
For more than a century, people have been getting in a Ford vehicle and getting out there, strengthening our communities. We believe what you do with your Ford vehicle is what makes it a Ford. Ford assembles more vehicles in America than any other manufacturer because we're all in on America.
Now get 2.9% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on a 2023 Explorer. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Hi, I'm Alex with the band Whitmore. For some futuristic karma.
Catch us this week on Marquee Backstage.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby.
Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man.
Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Welcome back. A big week of college football ahead for several teams, Kentucky, Louisville being 2 of them with rivalry games. But we got to talk Hilltopper football, a big game against the Liberty, a new rival when it comes down to the Liberty Flames, and a big loss on Tuesday night.
Yeah, a tough loss for
yeah,
for
that's
WKU.
the word.
Back-to-back losses to new Conference USA opponents in Jacksonville State and then Liberty. Not the game you were hoping to see from WKU. They come out well on their first drive. They score a touchdown. They don't go 3 and out, and you're thinking, okay, this is the WKU offense we've been waiting to see. And then it stalls out. And Liberty establishes the run. Liberty's defense pins their ear back, and then next thing you know, WKU's down big. They score a couple garbage time touchdowns, but the defense is unable to slow down Liberty on offense, so tough loss for WKU.
There is a lot to say about the Tops this year. Jacksonville State not eligible for bowl games as they transition from FBS to FCS, but WKU loses to that team that's just a newcomer to Conference USA. Same thing with Liberty. A big reason why WKU stays is not only for maybe some financial reasons as well, but there's a shot at them pretty much running the conference, right? They're probably the most established face in Conference USA, and now they're in 4th place behind New Mexico State, Jacksonville State, and Liberty, and they probably wouldn't be playing in this conference championship if Jacksonville State wasn't transitioning to being an FBS team. So there's a lot of concern right now for these Hilltoppers, and they need to win out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, they have to win their last 4 games. That's no secret. But being 4-4 right now is definitely not where anybody expected this team to be. But I am going to play devil's advocate here, and I am going to bring up the injuries on the defensive side of the football. Conference USA preseason defensive player of the year, Jaquez Evans, goes down. Upton Stout goes down. And I think this game you could really feel them being out.
Yes.
They didn't have that dominance. They didn't have that grit on the defensive side of the football. It really felt like they had no shot at stopping Liberty after those first few drives that Liberty had. And you need a guy like Jaquez Evans and you need a guy like Upton Stout on the back end to help slow down Liberty, and they just could not do that. And credit to Liberty. Their offensive line was dominant from the beginning to the end. 323 rushing yards as a team for Liberty. Wow. Only 169 passing yards. When you're putting up 300 rushing yards, you don't have to throw the football. And when you do, you get plays like that, number 4, wide open down the field, because WKU is forced to stack the box. Liberty's then able to spread the field, wide open touchdown, and that's just what's going to happen if Liberty's able to establish the run, and that's what they did.
Well, like you said, I think that this WKU defense faced an offense that can match them for the first time this season when it comes down to really like a conference opponent. Even though Jacksonville State did beat them, it really was the offense just not producing in the second half. Couldn't say that in this game. Finally, the offense produces in the second half, but at this point, it's garbage time when they're producing, not really when you need it. And when we were talking about it at the start of the game, they go down and score. It's like, wow, they go down and score for the first time in a very long time, and then they just slow down out of nowhere. It was surprising.
At the end of the first half, I think was the biggest question mark for me. You get down into the red zone. You have a chance to take the lead before halftime. It's like 3rd and 15 maybe, somewhere along those lines. They run the ball right up the middle. They miss the field goal. My question is why you're not taking a shot at the end zone against an undefeated team like Liberty. You have a chance to go score some points. You have got to try to at least put the ball in the end zone. If you can't put the ball in the end zone, you then can try to kick a field goal. Those 2 yards did absolutely nothing for me. That was a frustrating moment. And then in the second half, Liberty comes out 3 and out. WKU's defense gets the stop that they need. WKU's offense comes out and goes 3 and out as well, and you just cannot have that against a team like Liberty.
You have to be aggressive when hosting a conference championship is on the line. Yeah. Hosting a conference championship was on a line. Now the game's not going to be hosted in Bowling Green, and now they're going to have to go to Lynchburg, where they have a this big atmosphere there and a home field advantage. It's going to be very interesting to see what the Tops can do. But what did head coach Tyson Helton have to say after this loss?
Probably positive for us, offensively, kept battling, got some quick scores, good to see, but a little bit too late. So we'll get a couple days off here. We got 4 games left, got everything in front of us, still got a lot of opportunities to try to make this championship game. And November is an important month, as always, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Coach, we will see how it goes. 4 wins is an absolute must at this moment if you want to make the conference championships. 100%. And like you said just a second ago, at this point you're playing for a conference champion spot on the road. So it's going to be interesting to see how WKU bounces back. It's also going to be interesting to see how the Titans bounce back this week.
Yes. Very exciting to see who's going to be quarterback this week. Malik Willis, Ryan Tannehill. Will it actually end up being the Kentucky prospect, Will Levis, the guy that has not really seen a lot of snaps? And Malik Willis was QB2 going into this year. Could it be Ryan Tannehill coming back from injury? I don't think so. I think it's going to probably be Will Levis. It's going to be very interesting seeing a Kentucky boy in there.
Well, we'll see what they had to say.
Definitely frustrated, right? It's not a situation you want to be in, but it's the cards that I've been dealt. So trying to keep a positive attitude as much as I can and take advantage of every day and, physically get myself on the right track and then mentally stay engaged and be ready to go when the time comes.
No, I mean, I just know that we got the same game plan. We're both preparing for the same plays. And if our name does get called, then we're going to have to be ready for all of it.
Well, the Titans did trade away Kevin Byard on the defensive side of the football, but the issues have been on the offensive side of the football so far this season for the Titans. And the biggest question mark now, like you said, is the quarterback position. And I think Will Levis has a shot to make a run for his money on the starting quarterback position, depending on Ryan Tannehill's health. Because I think Malik Willis has had numerous opportunities to show what he can do. And it's just not there right now.
It's time for the Will Levis show. That's why you pick him in the second round.
Traded up for him in the second round.
Exactly. So, but I'm going to do something here that we really don't like to talk about. It's ourselves. We always try to focus on the athletes. It's kind of incredible that we have hit the 3-year mark, final regular season. We started the show off a little bit, just transitioning it to being a live show, and I cannot believe 3 years later we are at our final regular season episode of the two of us, and it's been just incredible, Patrick.
No, it has, man. I couldn't ask for a better partner. It's been so much fun to truly establish this show in the community, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Join us for playoffs next week, and of course, News 40 Sunrise. Have a good one.
Change is coming. What doesn't change? Toyota's commitment to giving you the freedom to explore. Now get a new all-wheel drive Camry with 3.99 APR financing, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Stay ahead with Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky.